All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here. Good to see everybody. Excited. My gosh. Chris, Regina, Catherine, good to see you. Darlene, of course. Josh, awesome. And Mitch, Evan, excellent. Tampa Bay, got to be nice and warm down there. I'm over here in the Sierra Nevada foothills in Northern California. And we are getting the first few days of sunlight we've seen in months. We went through about a month of fog, and then we went through a few weeks of a pineapple express where a ton of water just dumps on us constantly. There would be times when it'd be over an hour of just torrential downpour, kind of like a hurricane, but without the wind. We did have wind, but nothing like a hurricane. But we definitely get some flooding, and man, it just makes a mess. But again, nothing is devastating as a hurricane. So, but regardless, happy to see the sun. Hope everybody is doing well. We're going to talk about open houses today, and let me play this 5-second video from one of our clients, and she is doing expireds and she's doing open houses. Those are the two big things that she's focusing on. And you may not be able to hear it, but you'll be able to read the text, the captions. Let me see if I can make that bigger. Hold on a second. There you go. It works. I just talked to John Summers, or he not talked, but he texted me this morning and he said, Scott, I had the best open house this past weekend using the tools and listings to leads. So that was awesome to hear from him as well. And he's gotten 3 listings this year already, I think he said, in part with the leads, but then also using the 100-point home marketing plan, which we're going to talk about today, because I'm telling you, this video right here, I'm going to be walking you through this video. This is in your listings to leads account. And if you got a laptop, an iPad, or access to the homeowner's TV, you want to be playing this video. You want homeowners, when they come through, to be able to see this video playing. We're going to be talking about the open house sign-in forms a little bit later. We've got online and print version. I recommend using the print version for the open house sign-in forms, and that way you can use your iPad or your laptop, or again, if you got access to the seller's TV, you can download this video, put it up on your YouTube channel, and have it on YouTube, right? Again, on your YouTube channel. I'm going to show you that here in a little bit. And then in addition, I'm going to be mentioning this right here, making sure you've got this printed and have it on the table near the open house sign-in form, or your flyers or whatever it is that you got there at the open house. And when somebody comes in, all right, you greet them. And again, we're going to talk about all this. I'm just kind of teasing and prepping you for thinking about seller leads and getting listings from an open house. When somebody comes in, you greet them, you ask them to go ahead and sign in, and you just mention casually, my 100 plus point home marketing plan is on the table over there for getting homes sold in the area. If you have any interest in taking a look at it, feel free. And you're going to find out people that own a home are going to go take a look at it. And this right here, I keep putting my hand on it, but this right here, it is such a conversation starter. I've had people get listing appointments the same day of the open house. I've had people schedule listing appointments from the open house. I've had people connect with homeowners and get listings later. All right. So there are so many powerful things that you can do with this video and having this printed up. And again, I'm going to be getting to that here in a little bit later. So let me know. Again, let's go ahead and let me know. Are we all good? Are you guys excited? You want to get listings? You want to get buyers? That's what we're going to do here. And in fact, John told me, he's like, yeah, I got some buyers from that. He goes, the ad did really great. So get yourself over to listingstoleads.com. Go ahead and log into your account. And Robert, good to see you. Caroline, awesome. Of course, right? We want both. We're going to get both. When you log into your account, you're going to see the pop up real quickly. First, that's the video that we just saw. You can click here to sign up for our Zoom calls for expireds every Monday and Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Pacific. That's 10 a.m. East Coast and 7 p.m. East Coast. So you can sign up for our expired calls. We just had an email drop the other day, and we got 2 text messages for your buyer and seller lead. So you're going to click here. It's going to take you to the mastermind group. And this is the text message for the seller leads. This is the text message for the buyer leads. Of course, now, yeah, the rates have popped up to 6 again, but they're going to be fluctuating all over the place. All right. So if you didn't send this out yet, just make sure you preface that. Like, so you, for example, you might say rates dipped to 5.98% on Friday or last Friday, the lowest in 3 years. Here, because this was written the same day that it happened. And if you haven't sent it out yet, you just want to make sure that it reads properly. So here you might say, again, mortgage rates hit 5.98% on Friday, bring in more buyers, yada, yada, yada. Okay. And you might go ahead and even check. And maybe tomorrow they're 5.96. I don't know, because they just bounce around. So again, take a look at that. Those are 2 text messages. There's a social media post. I can click here. And this is, again, just something you can copy and paste. You can right click, save that image. And I've already seen a number of people using the social media post. So absolutely awesome. Take a look at that. And then lastly, there are 2 emails below. And just before I get there, anyone that wants us to run their Google ads for them, we are now offering that as a service. You can just go ahead and click right here and get more information on our new Google ad done for you service. So take a look at that. And the last thing here before we go off into open houses, yours or borrowed, it doesn't matter if it's your listing or not. But real quickly here, when you scroll down on the dashboard in listings to leads, there's a section called database email blast. And right here, this is the email for your seller leads. You can just copy and paste this right into your CRM. You can send it through listings to leads, either way. All right, it's going to have, so I can just copy and paste this into my CRM. The link in here will be your link. So that's going to go to your plan. And this is also going to be the thing that you're going to print. This is what you're going to print, and you're going to have this at the open house. So that way, when homeowners come through and they see this, I'm telling you, it is a massive conversation starter, and it helps get listings. It helps get listings quickly. It helps put listings in the pipeline. It helps get conversations with homeowners in the area. It's just an amazing way to put more people into our database, to put more listings into our pipeline, and to get more listings. Robert, yes. Yep, exactly. And then here is the email for your buyer leads. So there's a text for seller, a text for buyer, email for seller, email for buyer, and then there's a social media post. So here's edit. Here's the preview for the buyers. All right, obviously you can edit it however you want. And then if you're going to copy and paste it into your CRM, I recommend clicking on the preview tab right there. And then just, we have copy code that you can use, but it's literally just as simpler to just copy the email and paste it in. All right. So let's get at it. Let's get to the open houses. So first of all, I am going to give you, this is something I came up with a few weeks ago, and I'm going to drop it into the chat. So go ahead and click on that. Let me know if you can click on that, if it opens up into a new tab, and then come back to the video here with me. All right. So go ahead and click on that. I'm going to give it a few seconds. So click on it and come right back to me, and let me know when you're back in. Just say here or give me a thumbs up when we're good. But I want you to have this and save this there's a lot of information on here that we're going to review. All right, we good? Perfect. Awesome. So, main open house marketing and lead gen training overview. Click here. All right. So this is the green market listing. All right. Market open house that we're going to go through. And this will just walk you through everything or all the tools under market listing for the open house. So Facebook ads, automate your follow-up, social media posting, doing Instagram stories, TikTok, YouTube shorts, phenomenal. I walk you through how to do links. So a link to the property website, a link to a PDF guide, a link to down payment assistance, a link to other great things that will engage your audience up on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. The e-flyers for the seller. So if you're the listing agent, right, we want to make sure we get those tools to the seller to share. We got the nearby homeowner letter. That's a phenomenal tool to get more homeowners in the area to our open house, because then they're going to see the video. Then they're going to see our 100-point home marketing plan. They're going to get to meet us. This is one of the top ways that we're going to get more listings out of doing the open house. Ours are borrowed. It does not matter. Even if you're borrowing that open house, it's not your listing. You can do this right here and get more listings from your efforts. And so you just scroll down this and it will just essentially walk you through all the tools. Open house mastery. All right, open house mastery, how to engage open house visitors, buyers, and sellers. Click here. This will take you, I believe, hopefully I got this right. Beautiful. So this is the presentation for open house mastery. This walks through how to do the actual open house. All right. It gets into it gets into a little bit of the marketing stuff, but it's primarily how to select a listing to hold open, which we'll talk about a little bit. But it really talks about how to prepare and do the open house. So talks a little bit about kind of some catering ideas, what kind of material to have at the open house. So the listing flyer, clipboards, pens, some of the things like the PDF guide, print flyers printed so that you can, again, engage and generate more buyer and seller leads from the open house. There's a guide and a checklist. They all support the presentation. So what you're going to do later is come in here, click the green button, and just roll through this. If you're a trainer, a coach, a lender, a broker, team leader, this is a phenomenal lunch and learn. All right, this is a phenomenal presentation to go through. And as you can see here, it's just walking through how do we create, and I'm telling you, people that give me feedback, it is a game changer. This will change your business because we are going to make you essentially a household name. All right. I want when people leave your open house and that night, when they're sitting there talking about the different homes that they went to, that you are not like just another one of those agents. All right. You are going to be the agent that they remember and the agent that they go, you know what? I want to work with Sophia. She was different. She was awesome. She was better than everybody else. She was an absolute professional. All right. We don't want it to be, it was that guy. He had those funny shoes on and, he was kind of sitting there on his phone, and he just kind of said hi as we walked through, and that's not what we want. All right. And I tell you, I go to a few open houses every month. I try to go to a few open houses every couple of weeks. 90% are just forgetful. 90% are forgetful in all price points. I go to, $1 million plus listings. I go to low, middle. I go to a bunch of different things. 90 to 95% of open houses are absolutely unforgettable. They think putting a flag out front is the end all be all of, of open houses. And I'm telling you, it is not. I've literally had clients tell me, like, Scott, I did the open house and, I engaged a couple of homeowners in the neighborhood, and even they remarked to me that they've never seen somebody do an open house like this. All right. And that's what I want with you. All right. I want you to be remembered by the neighbors, by the visitors, by everyone that comes by that open house, not forgotten when they're trying to remember, like, what home did we go to? And, who is the agent? No, no, no. They're going to remember you, and they're going to want to use you either to buy or sell or both. All right. The 7-day marketing and lead gen calendar. I'm going to click and we're going to leave that open because this is a really great, nice little calendar. All right. It's already Tuesday, but that's fine. We're going to go through all of these items, but this is just a nice way to make sure I set this up so that Monday we do the things that we want to make sure have the longest lead time before the open house. And then we got a few things on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. So we're going to come back to this a little bit later, but this is a great, great breakout because sometimes, especially if you're a little bit newer or just busy, it's like, well, what should I do today versus tomorrow? And the next thing you know, it's Thursday or Friday, and you're like, holy cow, I didn't get anything done. All right. This is a great little, and it's all the same things that are under the green market listing, but it just breaks it out for you in a way that's a little bit more, a little easier maybe. All right. See actual Instagram stories for open houses with links and polls. And again, this was on the first link as well. So check this out. All right. And I got a little training video that walks through how to do this, but open house, and check this link. That link goes to the property website where there's a lot of great lead capture and engagement here. I got a video, 3D tour, professional photo, area video. All right. Google Street View. They can download my 100-point home marketing plan automatically. Here, another image of the kitchen. And here I got a link to a PDF guide. And I got another poll. Here's a little video clip. All right. So it's just using little images, little video clips, and then adding the Instagram story to different things that could engage, all right, home buyers looking at our marketing on Instagram. So that's right there. Print the 100-point home marketing plan and display at the open house for homeowners. Click here. And all of these links should log into your account right where you need to be. So listing presentation, print. So here I can, all right, click print. And then I can download this as a PDF. I can select whatever, if I got we got default images, but if you want to use a listing in your account, maybe it's got great images or whatever, in particular, maybe a sold listing, although it really doesn't matter. And now I can download the PDF. And then what I've got, and I'll show you a little bit later, I've got a spiral binder. It's like $45, $50. So I bought it. A lot of offices will have this. So ask your broker. And I just bound it, spiral bound. And that way I can leave it at the open house. People can look at it. And, I can use and reuse this over and over again. So, I can print it. Maybe I do a laminate on the first couple of pages. I know some people have done every page laminated, and then, they get a nice copy of it. So it'll last a lot longer than just what I've got here, a little paper version. But either way, having this at your open house is going to be an absolute game changer for you. All right. There's a few mastermind group links here. So this is a client. He did an open house. In fact, this is the same guy I was mentioning this morning who said he had the best open house this past weekend, where he talks about, he did the Facebook ad, the AI text from listings to leads, engaged the lead, qualified the lead. John took the conversation over, connected, wrote an offer, got it accepted, and it closed a couple of weeks ago. So that was a very nice little pop right there for John. And there's a few other links here. I'll let you go ahead and take a look at them. Well, let me just show you real quickly. This one is going to, or that's going to a link that we already saw. Seller requests visitors to sign in. This is a Canva link. So this is great. Check this out. So this is something you can request access to if you need it. And what you're going to do is when I give you access, I can change this image to an image of my open house. I can change whatever else I want in here, but it's essentially letting people know that the seller requests that you sign into the open house. By signing in, you'll receive a digital copy of the property flyer, which is true. They'll get that automatically. A link to the property website, that will happen automatically. A free guide, 6 things to check before buying a home, that happens automatically. And I'll walk you through that. And then financing worksheet and options. So that's separate. That is not included automatically. So my point is you can edit this however you want to. When you get access to this, what you're going to do is go file. So remember this for later. Go file, make a copy, and then you'll make a copy, and you don't need to pay for Canva. This is a free Canva account that you can do this with. You'll make a copy, and then you can edit it after you make a copy. So I will not give you edit access to my version because people come in and they mess it up and screw it up, and next thing you know, it's ridiculous. Sold by Robert. I will show you that a little bit later. And in fact, right here, Instagram campaign Monday through Sunday. If I click right here, check this out. And if I scroll down, I literally tell you, all right, story 1. Here's the poll I recommend, and here's the link I recommend. And then I literally show you a screenshot of where to find that link. Story number 2, kitchen. I give you the poll example, and I give you a screenshot of where to find that. All right. So sold by Robert. Thank you for the beautiful setup. And then if you don't know how to do it, right here, how to do an Instagram story, boom. That's going to take you to a video where I will walk you through how to get it done. All right, my man. Great. That was a beautiful setup, dude. Beautiful. That was a beautiful setup. All right. Let's get to marketing that open house, yours or borrowed. Let's go to listings. If you don't have a listing in your account, get with our support team. They will help you set it up, get it together. If you don't know how to set up the open house itself, all right, you're going to come over here to the kind of almost to the far right. It says add open house. Click it, and I can add multiple. So just date, time, right? I can add another one, right, if I need to. And I've already got one set up for January 25th. And there's my little indicator, right? Open house Sunday. I'm going to click market listing. And again, here's a link back to that same overview we saw a little bit earlier. I'm just going to go right to Facebook and Instagram. Please pay attention. For the next minute, we have 3. So it's a Facebook lead ad. So you're going to get name, email, and phone number. We also have 3 other questions that are going to come up by default. And let me show you what I mean. So when I go to, we're going to look at an ad that's already out there so you can see exactly what I mean. So check this out. Oh, there we go. Check this out. So here's somebody else already did that social media post from listings to leads. Right? This is exactly what I just was talking about at the beginning of this call. Viewer 24 page. Let's see what she got here. Wow, beautiful. Look at that. That is awesome. All right. So that was literally, y'all remember that, right? I showed you this at the intro of this call, and boom, bada bing. She got it done. That's awesome. I love it. She's a longtime client. So I'm just scrolling down. There we go. Here's the ad. So check this out. Please pay attention, because this is going to help you engage leads at a much higher level. All right. When you get name, email, and phone number from a Facebook lead ad, and that's all you get, there's not a lot for engagement, right? So check this out. Click on that. Oh, I've already done it. God dang it. Let me just try this one. Hopefully I didn't complete this lead form already. If I did, that's all right. We'll still, when I walk through it, you'll see what I mean. But sometimes it can be a little bit more uh, engaging, I guess. I'm not sure what the right word is. Like obvious. Let's try this. Here we go. All right. So check this out. I click the ad, right? Click the ad. Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Sure. What's most important to you in your next home? In fact, I can. What's most important to me? Safe, family friendly neighborhood, right? Maybe great schools. I'll say great schools. Do you have a home to sell? Yes, I do. Boom. Check that out. Do you think now in my follow up as the agent, I will have a better follow up because now I know, hey, he requested a list of price reduced homes for sale. So in my follow up, I'm going to refer to the fact that, hey, Lauren, thanks for, checking out the open house that we're having this weekend. Hopefully you'll make it. Would love to see you there. And I saw that you like to get a list of price reduced homes for sale. And I would just like to find out what price range or what area are you looking for. I also know now, right? I might reference the fact that that Lauren said, I see that you like, that good schools and parks and things like that are going to be important to you. Is there any school in particular, right? You're looking for elementary, middle, high school? Let me know that, and I can make sure that this list of price reduced homes for sale will be in those kind of areas. And then I saw that you have a home to sell. Will you be selling that home while you're looking for a home to buy? Man, because now, right, Lauren is gonna be like, yeah, this guy Scott, right? He really knows what's going on with us. So these questions are all customizable. I'm going to show you how to use these questions. The questions are default, but you'll want to know how to change them. All right. So when you click on Facebook and Instagram ads, you're going to come down here. I'm doing an open house. I'm going to increase that budget to 100. I would at least you want to do $10 a day minimum. All right. So $10 a day minimum. And if it's an open house, it's already Tuesday. It's going to run for 7 days by default. What I'm going to do, the ending date, I can just change that to the 18th, right? The day of my open house. All right. Now, my open house is on the 25th. I'm just saying for a lot of you, your open house is going to be Saturday or Sunday. And I want to end the ad, right, on the day of the open house. And I can even say, end it towards the end of my open house. And then, all right, perfect. Change template or video. I can change. I like the template with the images on top. So you're going to see here, we got like 21 different templates. This could be a video. I can change the color. I can change the images. I can change the text in here, right? All of this is changeable. I do like red. I like a contrast color with Facebook, right? Facebook is blue and white for the most part. So I like to have a contrast. Now, pay attention because I'm going to show you those questions. Under advanced options, it only takes 30 seconds. Open up advanced options, click create new form. And then right here are these questions. And so name, email, and phone number are going to be by default. Don't touch that. Leave it alone. So what is your time frame to buy is default. That's 1. Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? 2. If they say yes to that, they're going to get it in the autoresponder automatically. You will get a copy of it as well. It's branded to you. It's your colors, your logo, your picture. Automatically, it's like 110 pages. And again, you'll get a link to it as well. And then look at all these questions you got. And the last one, do you have a home to sell? You only want to do 3 questions in addition to name, email, and phone number. So for example, maybe I say, If it's new construction, would you like me to send you current builder incentives or specials? So if I'm doing an ad for a listing that's got new construction, see if you qualify for zero down or down payment assistance. Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? So all of that right there. Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? All right. So just three. You don't want, again, you don't want more than three, in addition to name, email, and phone number. All right. And then just turn off advanced options. Hit create ad, and you're off and running. That should literally take you a minute. We got special housing ad category taken care of, privacy policy taken care of. There's no need for the Facebook ads manager. We have brought the Facebook ads manager into listings to leads. Open house leads averaged $4 last week. I would say the range would have been between like $2 and $8. If you have an ad for buyer leads in particular, and you're over $8 a lead, turn it off and just redo it. All right. Turn it off like that. Don't even edit it. I don't like to edit bad performing ads. I want to turn it off. And look at the photos. Were the photos good? In fact, let me show you something before we keep going real quick. In fact, sorry. If you do not have AI text follow up with your CRM, I highly recommend you sign up for through Listings to Leads. John Summers did it, right? We qualify about 10 to 12% of all leads coming through. So about 10 to 12% of the leads coming through will get qualified. And then when you take it over, right, it'll be a lot easier for you. Now, you should always still follow up with your leads. So just because the AI text will engage right away, you should still be time blocking about an hour a day to call through leads, right? You should be doing that anyways. Hopefully you're doing it, calling through your CRM, maybe your circle prospecting around the open house, which we'll talk about a little bit later, calling leads, following up with leads. So these are all things that you should be doing, but the AI text is phenomenal because it's going to stay on top of that lead. Even when you are sick, you're on vacation, you forget, right? The AI text will still be there. You'll get an email with the conversation every time the AI text engages and as the lead responds. So you'll always know exactly what's going on. I can click in the email. It'll open up the conversation in your Listings to Leads account. You can always turn off the conversation when it's appropriate. Don't be lazy in the sense of letting the AI just do its thing without paying attention. You should still pay attention. We make it super easy, and turn off the conversation when you're ready to step in. Because sometimes the lead will go, "Yeah, we're looking for a home with a pool, near a school," but then the AI may not qualify it, but you're still going to get an email saying that. I would click the email, turn off the conversation in Listings to Leads. It's obvious how you do that. And then I'm going to call that lead up and go, "Hey, I saw that you're, looking for a home with a pool in, Whitney Oaks School District. There's a couple of great ones on the market now. And I also know there's a few that expired at the end of last year that I would be more than happy to call those homeowners up and find out if they would still be open to looking at an offer on their property." See what I'm saying right there? All right. So yeah, take a look at that. A quick little pro tip, and this is just in general for all of your listings. Click on edit photos, and you may have 45 photos. You may have 26 photos. You may have 78 photos, whatever. Please rotate and move around so that the first 5 photos are the best photos of the property. All right. Don't make people have to click through for 5 minutes to find the pool, to find the kitchen or master bedroom, right? I see all the time people showing garbage photos, right? And I mean, sometimes they're just like weirdo, ridiculous, not needed photos way ahead of the photos that people really want to see. And so think of your photos as like a movie, even if it's only 15 photos, and you want the hook is the first 5 photos. But I want those first 5 photos to capture their attention. So you can move these around, right? And listing to leads. So front of the house, kitchen, living room. Here I've got a wine cellar and I got the backyard. Maybe I actually do like that, but whatever. But yeah, so photos and videos, then click save, and then click regenerate the GIF, because the e-flyers, there's a few things where the photos like a little slideshow going on, and this will be much more attractive to everybody. So click regenerate like that right there. All right, so do that, because then everything is going to look its best, and people are going to appreciate you for that. All right, we did the ad. Let's do social media post. For the social media post, this will just go up typically automatically. You can always repost it. You can use the listing landing page, single property website, or virtual tour. I can edit the image. Now, for the social media post, I like the sideways better. The ad uses more of a square. The social media post uses more of a rectangle like that, like a sideways rectangle. So for the social media post, I like this version better. All right. And you want to make sure it's going to Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Google. Now, this is different. This is in addition to the ad and the stories that I've already mentioned. So we're going to do that. And when people click the social media post, they're going to go right to the property website, just like the ad. We want to get this to the seller. So share on seller social media. So there's a social media post for the seller. There's an email. And remember what I mentioned about the first 5 photos? Check this out. I want those first 5 photos to capture the attention of the seller's sphere of influence, just like I want it to capture the attention of my database that we'll see a little bit later. So we want to get these 2 items to the seller. What you're going to do is you're going to click the green button. You're going to add the seller's email addresses right there, and their, hello or dear, right? I could say, hi, Ian and Lauren. Boom, click save. And that will send an email to Ian and Lauren and you. So you're going to be CC'd on the email. And it's going to let you know that Ian and Lauren just got sent this email. And in the email, it's going to let them know, and I'll share that with you in a second, but it's going to have essentially this right in the email. And all they have to do is just click that. And I'll just put it here real quickly so we can see what it looks like. All right. Awesome. We're having an open house on Sunday. Right. And that's going to link to the property website. It's going to have your name, your brokerage right there. All right. And it's going to get people, the homeowner's friends are going to start liking it. They're going to start commenting on it. And we're going to do the same thing for the e-flyer. Right. The e-flyer will actually link to the property website as well, just like the post. So we're going to get more of the seller's audience to our property website, where we got all the great lead capture. Again, they can download our marketing plan. They can download a PDF guide. Right, these are all automatic in your property websites. So when you get CC'd on these 2 emails, all right, so again, you're going to be CC'd on both of those emails. Call the seller, and essentially you're going to be something like, hey, Robert, Scott here. We got the open house coming up this weekend. We're doing a lot of great marketing. Super excited to get a great crowd there for the open house. It's on Zillow. We did an ad, so we got a lot of great things going on. And I sent you just a couple of things. One, to put a post up on your Facebook page, and if you belong to any Facebook groups or Nextdoor, you can put it there as well, because you likely know people who know people that would love to buy a home in the area. And I also sent you an e-flyer that you could share via email for the exact same reason. the sellers are going to absolutely love it. All right. The sellers are going to love it. If they, you calling them is really critical because it puts you as the guide. It puts you as the person, really helping them out with this. And when they put it up on their Facebook page, uh, what you want to do is you want to go like it and you want to go leave a quick comment. And the comment, just something super easy, looks great, looks amazing, whatever. That way, every time one of their friends or somebody they know comments, you're going to get a notification. And then you can go like all of their comments. And some of those comments you're going to want to reply to. Not all of them. You'll have to use your judgment, but somebody may say, those photos look beautiful. When's the open house? How's the market? Right? Things that are going to be appropriate for you to engage with. Okay. You see how that works? It's amazing. And the e-flyer as well. All right. The e-flyer, people are going to click it. They're going to go to the property website. Some of them are going to click to follow the home, and so on. So it's phenomenal, and they're all free. We want to make sure that we do that because these are all free leads. All right. Next up, we got the nearby homeowner letter. All right. The nearby homeowner letter. The less editing you do, the better. You can edit it. And for example, if you're going to do a neighborhood preview, I could edit this to mention we're having a neighborhood preview Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. or whatever it's going to be. But for an open house, I would door knock this for an open house. Just listed, just sold. I might I might mail it, but even again, I might door knock as well. I would door knock with that, and I would take my marketing plan with me. Because when we door knock, who are we door knocking for the most part? We're door knocking homeowners. And what we want to do is we want to invite them to the open house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm going to knock on your door. All right, I'm going to knock on your door. I'm going to take a couple of steps back. I'm going to have 50 to 100 of these. I'm going to have one copy of this. Knock on your door, 2 steps back. When you come to the door, I'm going to hand you the letter, and I'm going to say, we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way around the corner on Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. My name is Scott. I'm the agent holding the house open, and I just want to make sure that you are invited to come over. All right. That's it. Then they're going to say something. Who cares? Get off my property. That's awesome. Oh, George and Susan are selling. What's it selling for? I thought the market sucked. Right. They're going to say something that you can then start engaging with. Have this with you. All right. Have this with you because very likely it could come up where it would be appropriate or just where you could refer to it and show it to them. And if you've got only one copy, and if they want to get a copy of this, get their phone number and you can text it, the flip book to them, or get their email address, or offer to bring it back, bring it over to them later during the week to say, hey, you know what? I can print up a copy and I can put your home in it so you can see exactly what your home would look like in my marketing plan. Would Wednesday or Thursday this coming week be a good time for me to drop it off to you? Right. Again, or I could just email it. I could send a flipbook link, whatever it is. But having this when you're door knocking is so powerful. And it helps create more conversations. I literally had a client door knock. Now, this wasn't expired, but she door knocked with this and got the listing agreement signed right there. Like literally door knocked and expired, had this presentation with her, and she signed that listing at the door. Well, did a tour, sat down, right? Not at the door, but you know what I mean. So get this letter out. There's 3 versions, all of the same letter, right? It sits in the editor, so I can edit it slightly. Please don't start adding your big old photo in the front and your photos in the bottom. Leave it there. I want to let you know we're having a NEI neighbors preview open house. So I'm just showing you how I can edit this slightly. Thursday from 3 to 6, right? Or 4 to 7, 4 to 6. Now, when I click download, it will print with the edits that we just made. Neighbors preview, Thursday, 4 to 6. Beautiful. So get that to all the neighbors. There's a postcard and door hangers, not really appropriate for an open house, but you got them. If you want to use them, you got them. We got a circle prospecting script. So, for a lot of you that are doing our expired training, we've got in fact, let me give it to you here real quickly. I'm going to give you our affiliate link for My Plus Leads. And if you do not have a data provider for things like expired, FSBOs, and why is that not going through? Let me see here. There we go. And if you go with My Plus Leads, during their free trial, normally they only give you 30 days of back data. If you let them know you are from Listings to Leads, right, that you used our affiliate link, you can ask them for 6 months back data during your free trial that otherwise you wouldn't get. So they won't give it to you automatically. So you have to ask them for it. So and the great thing about this is, all right, FSBOs and expireds, $70 a month. And if you got an open house, my God, for $200, I get FSBO, I get expired, and I get all the neighborhood data. I get likely to list. And so I can pull a list of 100 homes. I can say, give me 100 homes with the phone where there's a phone number. The property is likely to list above 400, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. Yeah. And so give me 100 homes that meet those, that criteria, those filters, and call them with the circle prospecting script. All right. You call them up and you let them know, hi, is this Bob? Or, is this the owner of, or whatever your opening is going to be. There's a lot of great ways of opening up a phone conversation. Every coach is going to give you something different that they've, everyone is A/B tested and theirs is the best. Right? I've heard that from 200 different coaches and trainers, whatever it is. You just doing it is, the right thing to do. And you're just inviting them to the open house. So I highly recommend that you circle prospect. You're not calling to, list them. Right? I'm not calling you and saying, hey, Robert, can I list your home? When are you going to sell? No, that would be idiotic. This is a kind of a multi-step funnel, all right, between, whether we use the letter, the call, preferably both. And then when we get them to the open house, now the letter itself, there's great lead capture in this letter, which I really didn't walk through, and I apologize. But if I go back to that letter, right, they go to the single property website. There's all sorts of great lead capture. They can scan the QR code. They can send a text, right? They're going to get the property website automatically. They can get their home value on the single property website like you saw. And then the second part talks about the fact that when this home is sold, it will affect their home value. And now they can go here and get their home value. All right. So the letter is awesome. The circle prospecting script is great. And when they get to the open house and we've got that video playing, now we are going to engage and get more properties listed. Okay. So again, all of this, I want you to realize all of this works together. You may not be able to nail all of this at once, but if you stay consistent with doing open houses, within a month, I'm telling you, within 4 to 6 weeks, your business is going to change if you are conscious about what you are doing to make sure every open house you do is better than the last one. All right. Every open house you should endeavor to make sure that it's just a little bit better than the last one. Because at a certain point within 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to be sitting there going, Why was I not doing this before? Right? Why have I not been doing this for the last 10 years? And if you're newer to the business, you don't want to be that agent going 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 2 years from now, going, what the hell was I thinking? Why was I wasting an afternoon, essentially an entire day, right, doing open houses that were not optimized to bring me more buyers and more sellers? All right. So please use all of these tools. And if you can't use them all the first time, you'll get better, you'll get quicker. And then the next open house that you do, you will be able to get more of them done. And then the next one and the next one and the next one until you're at the point where you're like a well oiled machine and it's just going to become second nature. And you're going to start looking at open houses as a major contributor, a major component of your business growth. All right. Because I'm telling you, it's a phenomenal way to get face to face with people in a way where you're going to add more value, you're going to have more conversations, and you're going to get more buyers and more sellers. All right, e-flyer for your database. Similar to the one for the seller, we want to get this to our database as an invite for the open house. People click there from the e-flyer, they go to the property website. They click, right? We let them know that when the home is sold, it will affect their home value. They're going to click here, boom, all automatic. I can edit it however I want. I got my signature at the bottom and I can send it through Listings to Leads and I can send it through my CRM. To send it through Listings to Leads, I also got send test email. I can edit the email however I want. And then I can send it through Listings to Leads, whatever list I want. And again, just like before, like literally, if I just select, right click, Command A, Control A, Command Control C, whichever. And if you go to your CRM, this could be Lofty, Follow Up Boss, Constant Contact. I'm going to go to where I send out an email to, and I would send this to my buyer and my seller leads. And I'm going to say open house on Saturday in Folsom, whatever I want to put there for the subject line. And I'm just going to show you how it's easy to just copy and paste. So here's my email. Again, this could be Lofty. It could be Sierra, Boomtown, whatever. Look at that. Beautiful. I got the slideshow for the listing. Looks awesome. And I got the beautiful graphic right there for the home value. And I got my signature at the bottom. All right. And then call through your database. Call some of the people in your database. This is a customer service call. This is just a check-in call. This is not something you need to be nervous about. You don't need to be scared about. You're not asking for anything. You're just letting them know that we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way in Folsom on Sunday, January 25th from 1 to 4 p.m. Right there. And we just, you sent them an e-flyer with all the information. You just wanted to make sure they got it. If they didn't, they can always go ahead and send a text 1006 to 25678 to get the virtual tour sent to them. And, just with the way the market is right now, I just want to make sure to let you know about this. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. And, by the way, notice here there's 3 different endings. And so if they live near the property, or even if they own a home not in the area, you might end it with, I don't know if you're interested, but I do free CMAs for all of my clients and VIPs, or I do free equity checkups for all of my clients and VIPs. I know you're not looking to sell right now, but I would love to do one of these for you because it just helps me keep tabs on what's going on in the market. You see how I did that? I just want to provide value. I want them to feel like it's not the big thing. I don't want them to feel like they're obligated. So that's why I throw in. It's good for me also. There's a benefit to me doing it for you. So we'll both get something out of this together. And then that way you can see what your equity in your home looks like or what your home value looks like. but it's giving me a reason to call people in my database, and it's giving me a reason for follow-up. Make sense? So don't be scared of your database. That's the last thing you should be scared about. Short form video script. So there's just a little script for you to use. Record a TikTok. What I usually do is I like to record a TikTok and then download it, upload to Instagram, upload to YouTube. From Instagram, it'll go over to Facebook. So you record one video and then you just use it in all the different socials. Property website. All right, nothing you need to do here because everything is going to flow through those. So we got the open house sign-in form. Before we get to that, real quickly, sign writers and listing flyers. You want to make sure, and I would do it today, all right? Even if you're on the East Coast, give me a second. Get this up by tomorrow at the latest. You want this on top of the ARM, all right? Open house. And if you don't have these yet, get these ordered. All right, get these ordered. You can order it through us, right? You can order it by clicking here, right? And you'll upload your version, and then you can have them print it and send it to you. But and you can also do it locally. You can just download the template, or you can just give your local, sign writer company. You can just tell them, I need here's my text numbers, and I need the sign writer, right, done by them in their style or whatever format. But sending it to, I don't like the QR code. So I would just use, something like this one right here. So I can click download. And this is actually a print ready file that you could even give somebody locally. So right there. All right. Again, I don't like the QR code. I want just the text code. All right. So sign writer, listing flyer. You want to, and this is from people that have had great success with this. You want to put these on the yard sign. So while you're at the association and you're buying the open house writer or status to put on the yard sign, go ahead and buy a acrylic flyer box to put on that yard sign as well, because the listing flyers also QR code, text code, and little information for the people that need to sell as well. And you're going to notice we got like 25 or 30 different templates for flyers, right? And there's a lot more below that. So a ton of different flyer options. All right. Open house sign-in form, we'll end it with this. Actually, I'm going to end it showing you where that video is in the media library. The open house sign-in form, again, there's an online version, and there is a print version. There's also a QR code that you can see. I can edit the questions, rearrange the questions, add new questions. All right, so any edits I make to the questions will flow through both the on and offline versions. I can show the questions first and then request contact information, or I can request contact information first and then the question. So either way, I can add new questions. I can rearrange. I can edit some of the ones that I added. I can change the opacity. And again, any edit I make to the questions will flow through both the printed and online version. Now check this out. If you use the print version, which I recommend that you do, make sure you add them to the online version after the open house. That way, they will get sent to your CRM. They will get the autoresponder with the property website and the PDF guide. Check this out. People tap on this. When you're looking to buy, do you own your current home? Are you interested in off-market coming soon and pocket listings? Yes. I don't have a realtor. Hit continue. Notice, right, automatically, send me 6 things to check before buying a home guide. That will be sent automatically if they leave it checked. So you don't need to send it to them. You just need to make sure if you're using the print version that you add them to the online version afterwards. All right. Any other questions before we go? Yeah, Robert, you can just ping me on Facebook, or you can email me if you want. That video that I showed, in fact, I'm going to show you both the guide and the video. Perfect. 12:01, 2 more minutes. Go to Media Library, and it's right here, but type in 100 in the search bar, and then search for 100. So there it is, because it could move around. Just you may be watching this video later on in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, and there's a long, so that's a short version, long version, and there's a version for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Any one of them, you click on them, you can download them. So I can download the video, and then I can upload it to my YouTube channel. And when we were on this page right here, your seller showcase video marketing plan, there is a how-to video right here. So this is the link I gave everybody a little bit earlier. And there is view marketing video. All right, so here's my video on YouTube, and notice the so this is what yours should look like. It should be on your YouTube channel, right? Copy and paste the text from mine to your page. All right, you can just come over to mine and just highlight it, copy it, paste it into yours, edit it, right? Don't put our phone number, put your phone number, and you should have this video on your YouTube channel. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's awesome. And then that way, either play it off of your YouTube channel at the open house, or you can just play the downloaded version. That way you don't have to have, or you can play it on YouTube on your laptop, or YouTube on your tablet, right? So you want the video. And then lastly, and Valerie, I'll answer that question in a second. Under listings, there's a couple of ways you can do it, but here's the easiest. Go to listing presentation. There's a little tab right there, and print, listing presentation, print, and right here. So I can download the PDF, and then I can print it. For my default copy, maybe I spend a little bit more money and have it laminated. I have, a nice folder on it, because that way, it's something that I'm going to keep and make sure it's at every open house. And so if I spend 20 or 30 bucks on it, that's not bad. All right. Now mine is just a simple spiral binder, and that's totally fine. You don't need to overthink this. This is not a listing presentation. This is just something to create conversations. And like literally people have scheduled appointments with homeowners at an open house between the video and this right here. What I do, and a lot of people that are in our expired training do this as well. Notice I've got expired listings in my account. Some are for a specific property. All right. So some of these actually are for specific homes. So you'll see the homeowner's name is on the cover. The address is on the cover. This is his home, and every image in here is of his home. So this is specific to this address and this homeowner. But I've also got some in both listing presentation and expired and FSBO and canceled that are for there's not an address. Look at that. Beautiful home, Placer in El Dorado counties, California. And if I click on that one, this is not his home. This is nobody's home. That's just a made up image. It's a composite image of homes in the area. So people, when I have this at my open house, and you can even have the flip book on your laptop as well. Well, now you got a video and a flip book, right? Having a physical copy, I think, is awesome. You can do whatever you want. You can do both. And notice here it says the 2026 100 plus point home marketing plan to get homes sold fast with the strongest offers, right there in the blue bar. And then again, that's just a composite image. So when people come through my open house in the area, they're going to look at that home and go, oh yeah, that's a home in our area. All right. So, and there's a PDF version here and there's a flipbook version. How's that different? Well, the expired booklet will say, the expired plan. So here's expired. And notice, right? So this is going to say the complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold. And canceled and FSBO, right? Same idea. And how you do those same exact as a listing presentation. So when you got a listing presentation or you want to create one of these for an expired or a canceled or a FSBO, add listing manual, status, listing presentation. Notice there's name, email, and phone number. If I go to expired, right, again, name, email, phone number. If I do for sale by owner, name, email, phone number. If I do canceled, name, email, phone number. If it's going to be for a specific property, right, where it's like a luxury expired, a luxury canceled, a luxury FSBO, high end in my area, where I want to create this specifically for their home, where that's their home. Look at that. That's their name. Can you see it? It's a little blurry. Anyways, you can kind of make out there's a name and an address right there. Right? Yeah, Robert Wilson, 857 Perry Lane, Rockland, California. I would add their name, email, and phone number right there. Add their home address. Maybe I put TBD for price. On the next page, I add a photo of their home. If I'm going to create this for the area, right? So it'll be similar to the one that we looked at in the listing presentation tab. I like this version because it's got a home on the cover. All right. Now, we can't do this for everybody because if I put this home on everybody's cover, half of you are going to be like, nobody, that's not what homes look like in our area. So here's what you do. Skip name, email, and phone number for headline. So for example, I might do the 100 plus point home marketing plan to get homes sold. Now that's for a listing presentation. If it was expired, I might go that other agents couldn't, right? So if it's expired, I might add that little part about that other agents couldn't. And if it was for, and if it was canceled, I might do the same. But if it was for a listing presentation or FSBO, then I might just leave it without those last 4 words. If it's for a specific property, I'm going to put street, city, and state. But if it is for, again, just the general area, I would do a beautiful home. And then for city, I'm going to put like El Dorado and Placer County or greater Sacramento area or, whatever I want. State, I can leave it blank. And again, right, all of this I can leave blank. Save and add photos. Again, add a composite photo of a home in the area. Could be a old sold listing of yours that you maybe a nice sold listing. One of the things I do, let me show you something here on, we'll end it here real quickly. And if there's any questions, let me know. But let me show you hold on one second. I'm going to show you Chat GPT, and you can do this in Gemini. You can do this whatever. For images, I'll show you something. So this was an image of an actual home, and I just said I just copied it into Chat GPT, and I said, change the color of the home, the landscaping, the windows, and it gave me this image right here. Now, it didn't change it as much as I would have liked it to, because it's still kind of similar. I mean, it's different, right? Just a different color. The window trim is different. There's still that big tree right there. So I would come in here and I might say, make the door red, get rid of the tree on the left, change the landscaping more, add a small fountain in the front, and get rid of the window top right, and add a small Romeo and Juliet deck above the door in front of those two windows, and make them doors that open to the small deck. So what I want to do is I just want to use an actual home in the area as a reference photo, but I don't want to use a actual home in my marketing like this. That's all. Does that make sense? I was out of action for a few weeks. I remember you saying there were booklets for us to order. It had to be printed, branding. Yes. Awesome. I will give you that link. Give me 1 second here. Let me grab that link for you. Give me a second here. I should have had that up. I apologize. I didn't, but it'll be super quick. More order. Here we go. So yeah, I highly, because you're going to want to do both. You want to be able to print them up, because when you got a listing presentation, I want to be able to print one at a time, right? So when I got a specific listing presentation or a specific expired, where I want to create this for them only, right? I want to be able to print it and bind it at home or at my office. But I also want to be able to have like 20 or 30 of these laying around, so that I can target people in mass, right? Use it more of like a lead gen thing as well. In our training for our expireds, we talk about A leads, right? We talk about A's, and these are, luxury, price point, location, right? Where they're, these are our A group leads. All right. And that's where we're going to create a specific presentation for their home with their name and their address on the cover, right? That is literally 834 Mazarine Lane in Loomis. That is the homeowner's name on the cover, and that is their home all the way throughout this presentation. But I can't do that for every single one, or I can't do that for every single person. So that's where the ones that you order from us come into play, because these, right, are for everybody else. And right, so again, composite home and no address, no name on the cover. All right, but I can use this, and somebody actually took their version of this, right? No name, and it literally said expired. So they ordered from us, and so she had this laying around on the East Coast, and she took it into a listing presentation. And so she got the listing, and at the end of the presentation, I guess it was the wife. She goes, "What's an expired listing?" She goes, "Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you, what is an expired listing?" So she got the listing, paperwork all signed, And then at the end of the whole thing, they were like, what's an expired listing, by the way? I thought that was just hilarious. All right. Any other questions? Valor, you got the link for that order? And you can get into, always get into the mastermind group and asking them, participate, right? That's the best. Get yourself into the mastermind group. In your account, if you go to marketing calendar, you're going to see our YouTube channel, Instagram, mastermind group, right under resources. So mastermind group right there, Instagram, YouTube. So all of our recordings, all of our trainings, everything is right there on YouTube. Instagram, I need to do better, but it's not bad. And then our Facebook mastermind group. All right. All right. Awesome, everybody. Get out of here. Get to work. Be awesome. And let me know if you have any questions. I want to make sure that you are rocking this thing because I get too many people telling me that they get listings, that they get buyers from this. So there's no reason why you can't and you won't either, as long as you just do it and you're consistent, and you get to the point where you've got it. All right. And I make the next 2 to 3 months balls out. All right. Go full bore, go full steam ahead for 2 to 3 months. And that way, this coming summer, right, when it's beautiful out there, you can, kind of maybe not do an open house every single weekend and maybe just do every other or every third weekend or whatever. But man, the weather is lousy. It's dark early. So, use the next 2 to 3 months of just nailing this, getting amazing with this. And then that way your business come summer is going to be just awesome. Yes, this will be playback. This is being recorded again, like I mentioned, on our YouTube channel. Right, click right there and click on the live tab, and you'll see the recording for this session. Darlene, too funny, right? Hey, it is what it is. All right, everybody, get out of here. Have fun. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll talk to you soon.